The upcoming holiday of Shavuot, we have a few questions that we were asked yesterday, and then more topics to talk about. The holiday of Shavuot is coming up. One of the questions our dear friend over here, Binyamin, asked, Rabbi, what is the way that we are allowed to lower the fire on Yomtov? Gemara in Masechet Betzai is telling us that a person is allowed to make barbecue on Yomtov, take the steak, put it directly on top of the burning coals, go. Back in the day, they used to like it. I don't know if today people like it, but back in the day, the Gemara says that you used to take meat and put directly on top of the coals. Now, when you do so, the moist of the meat is going to turn off some of the part of the coal. So says Halacha, the Gemara says, why is this allowed? Says the Gemara, the same way you're allowed to turn on Yom Tov from fire to fire for sake of ochel nefesh, to prepare food. So too you're allowed to reduce the fire level in order to have a sake of ochel nefesh, in order to eat.
Cooking.
For sake of cooking. With this being said, says Halacha, what if a person is want to lower the fire, he wants to lower the fire, not because he's doing it for sake of cooking. Rather, his real intentions is to lower the fire because he doesn't want to have a high flame because of the bill, because of the heat, because of other reasons. He's not really intending to lower the fire for sake of cooking. How do we know what his real intentions? What do we put a KGB on his AKG? I think AKG on his heart to find out he's saying the truth, not saying the truth. How do we know what's his intentions? Says Chachamim, the indicator is how would you behave during the weekday? For example, if a person has to cook right now French fries, right? He has to fry French fries. How does French fries go? A person puts a higher flame of the oil to make it very, very hot. Whenever you finish cooking frying the French fries, he's not lowering the flame to become half of the, let's say from number 8 of the knob is to number 4. He's not going to do so during the weekdays. So why is he doing it on Yom Tov? He's saying, Rabbi, I don't want it to burn. So he's lowering from number 8 to number 4. I don't want it to burn. But we all know that that's not the truth. The reason why he goes from number 8 on the knob to number 4 is not because he doesn't want it to burn. It's because he wants to find a reason, how can I lower it on the Yom Tov? And that's a false reason. That's not a true reason. Because of that, says Avadia said, the true indicator will be how do you cook the food during the year. For example, when the Bukharian people cook oshpalot, and I'm sure other cultures cook the same rice. Rice, when you cook, at the beginning you need a higher flame to fry the meat, to fry the onion, to fry whatever they put over there. When you add the rice, it's called dam dodan. In English, it's called simmering the rice. Rice not supposed to have a high flame because it's going to make shola. It's not going to make a good rice. You need to have a lower flame. How do you do it? They're lowering the flame, and then they let the heat of the food to simmer the rice. This action of lowering the fire from number 8, let's say, to number 3, number 4, do you do it because you want to save gas, you want to save on the flame, or your true intention is because that's the way to cook the food? What is the true intention over here?
Save the rice.
Simmer the rice. Simmering the rice cannot go on number 8, number 9, it's too high for it. So the reason a person is lowering from number 8 to number 4 is be'emet, he wants to lower the flame because that's the way to cook. So says the Gemara, whenever you are doing something for sake of cooking and that's the way to cook it, you're allowed to lower the flame on Yom Tov. What if a person right now decided to make on Yom Tov French fries? Now you put the fire on number 8. He finished now the whole Yom Tov, 48 hours, the flame is going to be so high, it's very hard to afford it, it's very hot. He makes a whole hot heat in the wave in the kitchen. Judge it. Huh? Make oshpolo after the French fries. There is another way around. The poskim say a person is allowed to put water on top of the flame. The water, I'm not talking about the trick that's overflowing when it's going to boil. Tell the truth, I tried this trick a few times. In Israel when I was in the yeshiva, and here in America. For me, it didn't work. Maybe for other people worked. For me, it didn't work. Is there an alternate way how a person can make from number 8 to lower it to a lower one, and it's still kosher way to do it? What's the way? Says the poskim, if a person wants to get a hot water to make it right now, in order to make coffee, to make chai, to make something, to be comfortable. He says, right now, if a person has, the water goes boiling, if he wants to that water to become lower, whatever is going to become lower, what's the reason he is intending to, whenever he's lowering the water? He wants the chai to be available hot water throughout the whole Yomtov. If he's going to keep it on number 8, he's going to keep it on number 9, he's going to evaporate all the water. So what's the reason he's putting right now number 2, number 3? Because he wants the water to be hot without evaporating. So his intentions to lower from number 8, number 9, the flame, to number 2, number 3, is the true intention. He wants to keep a hot water. One person came to said, Rabbi, there's also a trick. That's also not true. So why? You need hot water? Samava, full of hot water. Why do you need a pot right now to put extra water over here? It's also a non-kosher trick. So I said it's a good question. And I asked around people that understand in coffee and chai, they told me that water that you cook with the samovar, it's not the same taste. The chai, the coffee comes out, not the same taste as water that was cooked on fire. So it's not a false reason anymore. It's true. The reason why I'm doing this because I want the taste of the chai, the taste of the coffee to become better than the taste of the samovar water. So therefore, even I have already hot water in the samovar, I have a better water over here, better result. So since I have a better result and I'm enjoying the Yomtov like this better, says halakha, a person is allowed to. So after a person finishes the French fries, he removes the pot with the hot oil, he puts another pot with water, makes the water go on that number 8 boil. After it boils, I don't want to lose the whole water. I need it for 48 hours. I'm going to put it number 2, number 3. So this way the water is going to stay hot without evaporating. This way I got myself a better chai, a better coffee, and I lowered the flame without any violation.